Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome. James with Team Finish Strong here tonight in Zwift Squatopia. Getting ready to do some badge hunting tonight, and I thought I'd invite some friends along. So tonight, if you are a Zwifter and you want to ride along, make sure you jump on the Downtown Titans loop and be at the start at 5:45, and we'll get started. I tried to send out a whole bunch of invites, and we'll see how many make it to the group ride tonight. For now, I'm just getting a little warmed up with Din Diesel, and we'll get started pronto. Yeah, I bet you'd love for me to do that. Not yet, though. Not quite yet. So tonight's ride, like I said, is a group ride. It is officially a meetup that I posted out there on Zwift. So if you'd like to be a part of this, if you're watching the video either now or after the fact and you want to join in on this group ride, make sure you follow me on Zwift. And better yet, let me know in a message that you're interested, and I will make sure that you're automatically included. I have more than 100 followers on Zwift, so I have to randomly, so to speak, pick who I invite and who I don't. So like I said, if you are showing some interest, just message me somehow on the platform, and I'll make sure that you get the invite. Otherwise, just show up and do the route, because that is what we're doing. So you can officially sign up, or you can kind of sign up on the down low, and we won't know. We'll just keep it a secret. But we are going to be going out here on the roads of Zwift with everybody else, so we'll get the draft benefits from everybody else that's riding out there. It'll be I think, a little bit more motivating for us than having empty roads, which you can certainly do. If you've never done a Zwift meetup, you can set up your own special Zwift event for you and your friends. Any world you want, doesn't matter if it's an active world or not. Any route you want. You want to go up Ventop today? You can do it. You can set up a meetup to do just that. It's up to you. Meetups are pretty cool, and a great way to gather up some friends and do the Zwift thing together. You know, I'm not much of a, I'll be honest with you, I'm not much of a socialite here with random folks on Zwift. Most of the socializing I do here is on these live streams with you all in chat, so feel free to join the chat with your comments or questions or thoughts, and I'll be sure to answer them tonight. That said, tonight's pace, we're going to do easy on the flats and a little bit harder on the hills, at your own pace, we'll call it, and we'll just regroup at the top of what I would consider the traditional climbs, not these little bumps. But anyway, so it should be really relatively easy pace for just about anybody who wants to join in. And we'll be going over to the meetup here in a couple minutes. Just getting some more kilometers in here. If you're brand new to Zwift, don't know anything about Zwift, this is a platform where you get to exercise your e-sport ability, literally. You got to have, at a minimum, some sort of a trainer that you can hook a bike up to, or you can have a dedicated trainer bike, which are very expensive. And the real effort you're putting into your pedals gets translated into what you see above me on the screen in terms of watts. Those watts push you down the virtual Zwift tarmac at whatever speed is appropriate. Likewise, if you have a smart trainer like me that can sense the gradients, the effort gets harder on the climbs and easier on the descents. And so it is about as real as it gets indoors. So if you're like me and you are facing 100-degree temperatures outside your door and just don't feel like enduring that on a workout, you can jump in on Zwift turn the thermostat down as much as you like. And let's go ahead and join this meetup here before we miss it. Got 30 seconds left here. So those of you who are catching us late, but still want to join us, we're doing the downtown Titans route. Maybe you can catch up to us. If I am the only Zwifter out here doing this tonight, then naturally I'll probably just turn this into a workout. One of the cool things about Zwift, if you want to lead a workout, you get a little carrot above your head to let everybody know who the ride leader is. And as you can see, I've got the big carrot over my head. And everyone who's joined the group ride will be highlighted in green in the bar here on the right-hand side. You can see I am the only one that's got the bar highlighted, so I think I'm going solo today. So y'all get to watch me suffer in silence. But and I am planning on doing some suffering tonight. I'm not looking to take it completely easy. Otherwise, what's the point, right, guys? What's the point of tuning in? But yeah, I'm going to probably hit the climbs with some power and do some polarized training tonight. I knew the benefits of polarized training, but I didn't know exactly what it was and exactly what it consisted of. But thanks to the online community, I've got a little bit better idea of what it's all about. So hopefully I can get some of those benefits tonight. So every major climb, I'm going to do some significant power, not the little bumps. And we will hopefully rack up some anaerobic time tonight that will benefit these legs. Ultimately, the goal, I hope, is to get back into some sort of Zwift racing, although I hear it is much harder than it used to be back in the day. You know, I did a lot of Zwift racing back in 2018, 19, and even somewhat into 20, and then had some health concerns with overtraining that I did to myself, and I've had to scale back, and for one reason or another, have not been able to join back in to the Zwift racing scene. I have dinked my feet in the water of racing a couple of times and found it to be much, much harder. So I don't know how many of you out there are still Zwift racing or Zwift racing currently. Let me know your thoughts. What is it like to be slugging it out on the crit courses of Zwift these days? Super competitive, ultra impossible, fair, unfair, cheating, fair. You know, have they mastered the anti-sandbagging, or is it just another opportunity for those sandbaggers to try harder at fooling the system? I don't know. We'll see. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. I don't really see, I will tell you this, a lot of folks out there racing in Zwift these days. Used to be a lot of live streams showing Zwift races. And don't see that too much anymore now, for whatever reason. So, miss those. Like watching those. So if you're a Zwifter and you're watching this and you've gone dark, maybe you can jump back in. Or maybe like me, you found it to be a different beast these days. Not your cup of tea anymore. I don't know. We'll see. You know, it used to be that the C category was just right for me. Now there are so many at the very tippity top end of the C category that I really can't find a niche. I am a sprinter, but I have a really terrible FTP. And so not the heaviest person out there. So the flat courses I find saturated with guys that are 90 plus kilos pushing 300 watts on the flats, doing, 3 watts, 3.2 watts a kilo, but they're 100 kilos, So for someone like me whose watts top out at around 220, 230 on the flats, sustained, I can't keep up with that. So, yeah, so, and I'm not a climber. Okay, y'all have been watching my live stream for a while, I am not a master at climbing. Pretty much anything that has a climb longer than a minute, I find myself getting dropped. And that's it. And the race is over for me. But, maybe Zwift will come up with an old man's category for us 50-plus folks. Feel sorry for us, maybe, and then break us up into A, B, C, D. Who knows? Or by weight. Zwift could slice stuff any way they want. Anyhow, I miss Zwift racing. I like the competitive aspects of it. For now, though, I am content with enjoying the routes of Zwift. Doing some badge hunting tonight, although, frankly, this badge hunting is going to be more for y'all's benefit than mine, because I finally topped out the XP. Finally got to level 50, guys. It's only taken me since 2016 to get here. A very long road. Certainly not the most prolific Zwifter that there is out there, but compared to the folks in my area who, we have some very beautiful countryside up here in the upstate of South Carolina to ride in. Great local group riding scene. Most of my friends prefer to spend their time on the bike outdoors, and I would care to agree with that. I tend to Zwift a little bit more than a lot of my local friends because of my time constraints. So Zwift is very time efficient, as you guys all know. But it gets lonely out here sometimes, because you don't get to see your local friends too much. They're out there enjoying the real world. And but it is a virtually beautiful place to ride. I'm sure inspired by a lot of great places around the world, especially here in the U.S. But so what we're doing is we're doing a group ride, but due to the lateness, I think, of the invites, I did not get any takers on this first one. So I'll try to be better about sending out these invites a bit later, or let me just say it like this: earlier than the meetup, so that you guys have a chance to look at your schedules and all. This was done with about 3 or 4 hours notice, so not much notice today. But guys, sometimes you have one of those ad hoc situations where you're looking outside and it's 100 degrees, and you go, well, maybe if I go slow, I might be able to handle the heat. But then all these thunderstorms start popping up on the radar, and you're like, well, okay, thunderstorms and heat. I'm like, well, okay, maybe Zwift. It's there. It's there for you guys. It's there for me. I'm paying for it, right? Then you can smash yourself as much as you want. And if you fall off the bike due to exhaustion, you're already home. No mechanicals to worry about either. My Zwift bike has never failed me. Virtual one. All right, guys. All this chit-chat. And I am getting ready to approach, I believe, the first effort. It's a approximately 2-minute effort at a very, very hard pace. I will probably do it at about 75% effort. Or somewhere around, I say, 250 to 275. We'll see. It's 76 degrees in here, so not too bad. Get ready here. Fan turned up. Oh, well, maybe I was wrong. I thought maybe we were at the very top. We are not. Got a couple more minutes, I think, guys. If you look at where my little badge icon is in the map display, you can see that there's a couple of humps that go one smaller and one higher, and I'm still approaching that crest of that first hump. So that's the top of this entry point into Titans Grove, where we do a steep descent and then the official KOM climb. So like I said, I'm going to start out with 250, see how it feels. That is, for your information, guys, that is VO2 max territory for me. It's not quite anaerobic. So, still, I think it'll benefit me. And hey, you Zwifters out there, if you want to join up, come find me out on Titans Grove. Catch up to me, give me a shout out, let me know. We'll ride together, at least for the remainder of this live cast. So just steady efforts here. We're going to try to keep it group ride pace, 1.5 to 2.0 watts per kilo. Kind of going over that a little bit from time to time here since I'm solo. But like I said, guys, if you're interested in riding together, we'll try to keep it fairly social pace. And then if anyone wants to smash the climbs, they can do so at their own pace and meet us at the top. You know, Zwift has a number of things that can keep people engaged with the game. Of course, you've got all the different routes, and each route comes with its own experience point award when you complete it for the first time. And those experience points, when added up, will get you leveled up in Zwift from level 1, the newbie level, to level 50, which is the current max. Hopefully maybe they'll add another 50 levels here at some point. It's been several years since they capped it out at level 50, so we should have a large body of level 50 Zwifters out here looking for more challenges. But so you get XP primarily through 3 different ways. Through riding on miles, through capturing route badges, and every now and then the little power-up icon above my head will award you some as well. So just depends. There is actually a 4th way. You can go to top out the Zwift, and if you already have the Milstein wheels and are lucky enough to hit the wheel jackpot again, you'll get 1,000 XP for your troubles. All right, here we go, guys. Time to shut up and let the legs do the talking. The official start of the KOM is, you'll see, is a little line that crosses the road and a little marker. So that's the start of the time segment. Not looking to beat the top score today. I am not a climber. All right, here it comes. Okay. Not too bad. I'm first place on the group ride, but not on the leaderboard. So that's how it's done, guys. Some pedaling, a whole lot of sweat. Not many folks on Titans Grove tonight. You know, those pace groups seem to be really popular, sucking everybody up into signing up with them, which is a good thing. I do enjoy riding in the pace groups a lot more than going completely solo, working all on my own. But, you know, okay, so I can't show you guys the PRs for the leaderboard. If you were watching up on the screen, looks like I got third place. So, not too bad. Pretty light out on Titans Grove tonight. Not very many folks out here. I think a lot of folks are with the pace spots. All right, so now we take it easy. Get ready for the next one. Guys, we got plenty of time between the next effort. If you want to hit me up in the chat with any questions about Zwift or comments, feel free. Zwift is nothing new. If this is your first time seeing a Zwift live stream, Zwift has been around. Maybe you guys can correct me in the comments later on, but I think probably was birthed in maybe 2014, I think. Maybe a year or two before I signed up in 2016. And, you know, just even finding trainers back then that would work with Zwift was kind of a new thing. So we had probably about a third as many Zwifters as there are out there now. I think there's well over 1 million in the Zwift community. Back then we had under a couple 100,000 total. So now you get to see folks from all over the world on a regular basis. Italy, for example. You know, France. A whole bunch of places where I don't even recognize the flags. I'm not going to pretend that I even know them. I see Brazil, I see Canada, and of course the United States. This is a popular hour for folks in the United States to ride, so going to see a lot of fellow countrymen out there tonight. So we're a little under halfway through this particular route. This route goes, thank you, James. I was just about to answer that. This route goes through Titans Grove and up over the, I'm going to guess, the reverse KOM in Watopia, and it's called Downtown Titans. Zwift keeps adding new routes, but I need to caveat that by saying not new pieces of road, just new combinations of road. So this is a loop with those 2 KOMs in it, I believe. Pretty short, 25 kilometers total. Something you can do in maybe about an hour if you have a decent group with you. And these 2 KOMs are not particularly bothering to me. Titans Grove is not super long, and neither is the reverse KOM. kind of up my speed, so to speak. Not a big fan of the Volcano KOM, and I will rarely do the Epic KOM, rarely. Even rarer the Radio Tower still. But I do find myself doing out the Zwift sometimes. Still trying to get that Masochist badge. So James, I don't know if you've gotten the Masochist badge yet, but I've got to be very close. I'll have to look at Strava and see how many more reps I've got to do. I'm probably less than 5 reps now to get that thing. I did a whole lot of reps to get my Tron bike back in the day when I had 50,000 meters of climbing to do. But since I got that, I don't hit Alpe du Zwift nearly as much. And I think I've gone up Ventop exactly once. But I would like to visit that one again too. Someday when I've got a whole boatload of time. Like a Saturday maybe. Just not much of a climber. I like to see the tarmac flying beneath me. So, James, this is a group ride we're trying to do here tonight. I don't think, if you're on my follower list in Zwift, you probably didn't get invited because of where you are in the alphabet. I think the last name of H, I think I stopped at the E's. So, if you're interested, let me know in the chat, and I will add you to my favorites list, and that way you'll float to the top of the invite list, and you'll get invited. I'm trying to do these more often, and for now I can't commit to a regular schedule like every Wednesday, for example. I can't commit to that just yet because I do want to jump back into the local group riding scene here too more. But with these heat waves we're having here in the south, I think that Zwift group rides probably would be more appealing to me on those days, so that's why I'm here today. 100 degrees outside, literally. Yep, literally 100 degrees outside. A lot of you guys probably are dealing with the same stuff, too, where you're at. Whole center of the country, I think, is hot. And I think 100 is not the hottest, if I recall. I think there's a lot of folks that are a lot hotter than 100 degrees in the U.S. right now. A lot hotter. Thankfully, up here in the upstate, we have a couple things going for us. We're at somewhat of an elevation. We've got the foothills of the Appalachians to our backs, so we tend to get a little bit cooler weather than in the Midlands of South Carolina, like Columbia, where it's usually the hottest part of the state. And the coastline gets mitigated by the ocean. So we are somewhat fortunate in that sense. That elevation is our friend in this case, when it comes to temperature. So we are about halfway through now of this badge hunt. The Downtown Titans loop. And I believe it is a loop. It's not a one-way thing. So, although I think most, well, not all Zwift routes are loops. Some of them are one-way, like Road to the Sky, for example. But Arizona. Man, I feel for you. James, I visited Arizona back in March, April timeframe, and you guys were having a little bit of a heat wave out there. I went to visit the Grand Canyon. It was like 80-something degrees in March. There was still snow in the shadowed areas. So I could tell that the 80-something degrees was not normal for that time of year. So it was pretty warm even when I went out there. Beautiful country, though. Definitely want to go back. And that whole thing about dry heat, I don't know if that dry heat really makes a difference, to be honest with you. Death Valley did not feel comfortable even at 90 when we went through there. So, yeah. Anyhow, but enjoyed it very much. You know, I think there are some virtual riding platforms that will let you do real life routes. Now, the scenery may not match what the real life route is, but you can at least experience the exact route length and gradient, which would be pretty cool if you wanted to, let's say, check out some famous routes around the U.S. that Zwift doesn't offer. I think Zwift offers what, like maybe 2, right? Out the Zwift and Ventop. Well, then you got Paris. I think is a pretty close duplicate of the real life. But so that's one thing I miss about Zwift is you don't really get to explore familiar roads, just beautiful virtual roads. 108 degrees. Yeah, I agree, James. That's been my philosophy in the summer months. It doesn't work out for me, particularly during the week, though. Nobody does group rides before work during the week, only afterwards. So some of my friends are out there suffering right now in the 100-degree temperatures for the sake of getting some miles in. And yeah, that just doesn't appeal to me at all under most any conditions other than the lightest of riding. It has to be shade, though. It's going to be 100 degrees. There better be some shade, too. But, yeah, I guess dry heat can help if you've got good airflow, right? If you're not doing a climb out in Arizona, you know, if you're not doing that, what's that one my team just did last year? Tour of, man, I cannot forget it. Tour of Tucson. Probably a dry heat over there, too. But all that climbing, I think, I'd still like some air blowing over me, you know. But that's good that it's dry heat. 108, whew. Yeah, James, I would tend to agree with you there. But so yeah, if you're interested, I don't know what your schedule looks like, James. You know, if you want, I can add you to the ride list here when I do these group rides. Oh, you live in Tucson, okay. Well, you may have met some of my teammates. I know it's probably like 2,000 people there last year, but if you recognize the kit, this is what they were wearing. I, unfortunately, did not make it out there. My wife was going through a cancer journey right around that time frame, so we had to stay close to home. But would have loved to go on out there. Looks like beautiful country, definitely. Yeah, so what I'm going to try to do with these group rides is I got to really see if I can carve out a static day during the week to maybe do this on a regular basis so you all can plan if you guys want to participate. Otherwise, it may have to be as I'm able to, and as I'm able to, I will post these rides, at least for now. Let's see if I can do this. Got it. All right, we're coming up. I don't think I'm going to hit the reverse KOM. James, looks like they are setting me up to do the forward KOM. That's what it looks like it's going to be. Which is fine by me. Shorter the better. Knock this thing out. If we'd had a group tonight, guys, I probably would have opted to extend the broadcast and maybe do an extra lap with anybody that wanted to do so. But seeing as it is solo tonight, I'll probably do any remaining efforts after the badge hunt offline. I'll do that offline. So, James, was it true that they almost were going to cancel the tour of Tucson? I thought I heard rumors that with COVID that it was going to face the chopping block. I don't know if, obviously that didn't happen this year, this past year, I should say. So I don't know if that, is a risk for you guys out there to lose that great ride. Okay. Probably not the wisest thing to do, to pop off an effort a minute before my KOM effort, but oh well. So what? Okay, great. Okay, so there was a gap then, James? They, maybe 2020 they didn't have it? Perhaps? I know a lot of events were canceled for 2020. Everything after March of 2020 was canceled. All riding events. Our team was racing, in fact, in the Hincapie Spring Series, and I ended up riding, I think, in the very last ride before they closed it down. I don't know if they closed it down mid-series or if they finished out the series. But, yeah, 2020 was a especially interesting year. All right. Here we go. We taking a right turn or left? I have no idea. There goes the A group. I think I have been with the A group all of 40 seconds in my entire Zwift career. And that was by accident, I think. Oh, look, we got the C group going up the climb, too. Well, maybe I can catch up to them. I don't know. We'll see. That'll be a hard ask to try to make up. Looks like about 40 seconds in a 2-minute effort here. So I don't know. Maybe we'll catch the tail end, the stragglers. All right, here goes. Hope I don't blow up. Got a PR. Try to hang on to the C's here as they come down. All right. Thanks, James. Always nice as you get older, still be able to hit a PR every now and then. Okay. Want to lose these guys. Get some free draft. Still got to catch my breath. I think so. You're absolutely right, James. That did. It did help. Gave me a focal point for my suffering. All right. All right. Very good. Good choice on the power up too. I can continue to recover here. Maybe even catch a super tuck in if I can. I should be able to. All right, here we go. Still going backwards. Even with a super tuck. All right. Well, we'll ride on these guys as coattails until we no longer can, and then we'll bring it on into the finish, guys. You know, if I had a aero power up, I'd even probably try the sprint. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'll try it if they're going that way. If they're going that way, I might give it a go. One more effort for the books. I actually got a PR on this last week when I was riding with the C group. 22 seconds. My best ever. I had an aero power out back then though. Alright, well they're not going down. Not going down this way. Or that way I should say. I really don't know which route Cara Cadence is doing right now. They might make a left turn down here. I don't know. I won't do the Probably won't do the full 25-second sprint. Maybe I'll limit it to 10 or 15 seconds of that. We'll see. Because it's still hot here. All right, which way are they going? Probably the same direction. Nope. Goodbye. That means no sprint for me. Maybe I'll put a little dig in, just to see what max power I can hit. Not going to do the full sprint though. Little dig. All right, here it goes. Let's give it a try. Just going to coast it on in. Okay, so how high did I hit, guys? I don't think I caught it. Yeah, let's use this bad boy. Oh, well, that'd be a PR too, James. That was correct. I've only ever hit 1,300 watts once out on a bike trail about a year ago. That'd be awesome if that was the case. Getting some legs back, finally. Months and months of coming back. At one point, back in like April, I was off the bike for 2 whole weeks. Not a single mile. Well, maybe like 5 or 10 light miles in the second week. My wife was hospitalized, and it was like a 24-hour vigil at one point. But so it's been a long road back, trying to get my fitness back from that. It's amazing how much fitness you lose in such a short period of time. But that's great. Thank you, James. And this will wrap it up. We just got to get through the S's here and back downtown. We'll call it done. If only the whole race was just a sprint, I'd do pretty good. Just teleport me to within 200 meters of the finish line, and I'm good. Ah, well. Got to work on that FTP somehow. It's only been 6 years. 6 years of trying. Maybe I got to try something different. I don't know, guys. I'd appreciate any FTP tips if you guys have any. I've tried VO2 max workouts, 40-20s, long sweet spot training sessions, and a whole bunch of Zwift racing. And I never really could get it any higher than about 230 watts. And that was an all-out stufferfest for 20 minutes if I did that. So, I don't know. I'm 52, going on 53 here shortly, so I don't know how much more I've got in these legs. We'll see. James, I agree. I definitely agree with that statement, absolutely. I've also got to lose some. I got to lose some weight too that I gained during that period of time. So that's another thing I can work on. But 11 watts per kilo is really good. Yeah, Zwift is much harder because you don't have freedom of movement on the bike. And I will say, James, trainer matters a lot too. So if you have a wheel-on trainer, like either rollers or something that clips to your axle with the wheel still on, you're not going to hit very high numbers on those. They don't top out very high. The one that I have, the Wahoo Kicker, you know, their top end is 2,000 watts, I think. So for most humans, and not those that are superhuman, it's plenty. And so I don't know if trainer might have something to do with in your case too, James. But take a look at it. Make sure you're calibrated properly. The neat thing about the Kicker, the V5 and later, if there is a later version, they self-calibrate. So the whole calibration thing, I don't even have to worry about anymore. But yeah, that's great to hear, James. I wish you best of luck during your hot temperatures you got out there. And okay, so you use the Kicker too. Well, yeah. So the side-to-side movement is just not there for you, and that is so much more natural sprint form. I probably have, because of my prior Zwift racing, I probably have a maladaptive sprint that has adapted itself to Zwift, but not to real life. It might be the reverse for me. I don't know. But yeah. So hey, good wishes to you there, James, on the riding this week. Hopefully, I can get another group rider. Maybe this weekend. I have to look and see what the local rides are offering and what Zwift is offering, and if I can get out there, do another live stream with some group riding with you guys, I'd be happy to invite you. And James, I will definitely send you out those invites. You're 3 hours behind, so I will take that into consideration. Or two hours in your part of Arizona. I'm not sure how it works for you, but I will keep that in mind for you. All right, guys. We got a half a kilometer here to go. Where is the end? Or did I already pass it? Where in the world am I? Anyhow. Yeah, I'm done. Well, I don't know why it says I still got a half kilometer left. Since we passed the banner. I don't know about that. I guess this particular, just keep in mind, guys, this particular route goes past the finished banner to finish. So if you wind your ride up on downtown Titans at the banner, you will have not gotten your badge. And it looks like it finishes up right here at the junction, which is kind of an odd place to finish a ride. I'm, for my part, well, I'm almost scared to hit the left-hand button here. I think I'm going to have to keep going straight. They're going to send me back up to KOM here to finish this thing off, but only 100 meters of it. So that's it. Well, no, that's right. I got to make a left turn here. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, that's it. Got ready to cross the virtual finish line here, and we'll call this one done. James, thanks for coming out and joining me in the chat. And like I said, we'll be sure to get that invite out. For the rest of you who are watching this offline after the fact, if you do want to participate in a future group ride, do hit me up in a comment on the live stream or directly in Zwift. I'll make sure you get added to the invite list. Zwift does not give you an unlimited number of invites, unfortunately. So I have to figure that out, find out who's interested. So appreciate it, guys. James, have a good one. The rest of y'all have a wonderful evening. Stay cool. Take care. God bless. And as always, finish strong. Take care.